Stars on the way I vibe when I walk into the room. Wind blows underneath the soles of my brand new pair of shoes.
All right, welcome to the Cold Calling Podcast Live. And we are live, getting ready to make cold calls here. I'm just seeing, it looks like we might have a technical issue here. Just want to make sure everything's working okay. Yeah, looks like it is. All right, awesome. So I've got Soumava Sen joining me today. So Soumava, do you want to just let people know a little bit about yourself, who you're gonna, what you guys do over there, and who you're gonna be calling today?
Sure. Well, hello everybody. My name is Soumava. I am a senior workforce consultant with Enterprise Solutions. The firm has been dealing with staffing augmentation and managed services for over 23 years now. So we target people from talent acquisition or vendor management, and that's exactly whom I'm going to reach out to today. Uh, let's hope we get a few good connects and have good conversations. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean that's the most critical part is having enough at
Having a
bats.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, and with pickup rates declining, it's definitely helpful to have a tool like Monster Connect, which we'll both be using today, which is going to allow us to have 8 to 10 times more conversations than we normally would without a tool like Monster Connect. And so, yeah, if you're joining us, hit us in the comments, any questions, feedback, maybe even join us and make some cold calls yourself. I'm going to be calling sales leaders on today and pitching them on Humantic. So without further ado, I'm going to get clicked into Monster Connect. And while we get things cooking here, if you haven't checked out the Cold Calling Podcast, now's a good time to do that. Cold Call Podcast is on every podcast platform out there where you can hear best moments from these sessions that we do every week, as well as the other side of the conversation as well. All right. Are you all clicked in?
Yep.
All right. We're rocking and rolling. Thank you, everybody that's joining us. I'll go ahead and drop the link for everybody to check out the Cold Call Podcast if you haven't. Here. Hey, Shan, this is Collin with Humantic. This is actually my first time giving you a call here, but do you have like half a minute and I can tell you exactly why I decided to reach out to you today? Yeah, reason I'm reaching out is I see that you're the VP of sales there, and I'm really just calling to introduce my company to you when I'm not calling you out of the blue like I am today. But have you ever heard of Humantic by chance? Got it. Well, I'm just curious. Definitely want to make sure that it's relevant. When your team is, reaching out to prospects for the first time, kind of like I am today, or maybe hopping on a meeting for the first time with a prospect, I'm sure they probably have something in place for researching those people, maybe like a Zoom info or Sales Navigator, something like that. Awesome. And so the reason I ask that is because that, tells me that, researching folks and reaching out in a personal way is probably pretty important to you and your team. And this next question I have is not like a gotcha or anything like that, but do they have anything in place to research the personality of those folks? Like, things they should do or shouldn't do, communication styles and preferences, how to build a winning connection, anything like that? Mm. Hmm. Yeah. Mhm. I haven't heard of that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yep. So we're similar to that. They do about 50% of what we do. So definitely worth checking out. Even just for your own use. You can go to Humantic .ai and check. Yeah. And so you said would be the best person to reach out to? Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Nice. Keep our little secret. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I'll definitely and I think, the thing with, the tool that you're using now is some of those things are, pretty basic where, we can actually help you, like, automatically write personalized emails to the personality with our one-click personalization. So, a lot more. Yeah. Right, right. Yeah, with one click in 10 seconds. Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready. Yep, yep. Awesome. Well, hey, I really appreciate all your help. Super helpful. Uh, I'll definitely reach out to Ben. I'll keep it our secret, and but I'll let you know how it goes. Awesome. All right. Take care. Have a good rest of the day. All right. Bye bye. So I got a pretty solid referral there. She was very interested in what it is that we do. I had her as a sales leader, but she's actually just an individual contributor now. But gave me some really helpful information on who to reach out to and how to reach out to them as well. So I'll take a good referral, right? It's better than a no.
Yeah,
How's
true.
it going for you over there?
I dialed a number. It didn't. It wasn't answered. So let's see.
All right. It's always important to take good notes on your cold calls, right? Because I can't tell you how many times I've seen people just not take good notes, and then you're basically starting back over from scratch in your follow up. Which we all know, we all love to book meetings on the first call, but the reality is most of the magic happens in the follow up if done right. Right, call back when you say you're going to call back. Have the ability to sort of recapture how the conversation went and things like that. So I'm just updating my notes here, and then I will get clicked back in. Any connects
Hello.
yet for you over there? There you go.
Nope. So far it's all no answers.
It's pretty quiet in the comments today. I see some people joining us. Drop us some comments, questions about cold calling in general. Hey, Arthur, this is Colin with Humantic. This is actually my first time giving you a call here. Oh man, got one of those tricky voicemails where where I thought it was a pickup, which happens occasionally.
Um, Damn.
You should be getting some pickups right about now.
Yeah, I mean, I've dialed a couple of numbers. I've dialed six, seven numbers so far.
Hey, Larry, this is Colin with Humantic. This is actually my first time giving you a call, but do you have half a minute and I can tell you exactly why I decided to reach out to you today? Yeah, I see that you're the vice president of sales there. And the reason I was reaching out is really just to introduce my company to you, Humantic, when I'm not calling you out of the blue like I am today. But have you ever heard of us by chance? Got it. Well, I definitely, yeah, I definitely want to make sure it's relevant. I'm sure that your sales team there, when maybe they're reaching out to folks, kind of like I am today, or maybe meeting with them for the first time, they probably have something in place for researching those people, like maybe a Zoom Info or Sales Navigator or something like that. Is that accurate? Oof, got my first hang up of the day. Got my first not interested. Not interested in a hang up. It was a polite. He was polite about it, at least. You know, sometimes people aren't so polite. Do you have any cold call horror stories you could share with us, Sumava?
I'm sorry, I was on a call. I didn't get that.
Oh, I said, do you have any cold call? I said, I got my first not interested. So he hung up on me, but he was polite about it, right? Sometimes people aren't so polite. You have any cold calling horror stories that you can share?
I can't think of any at the top of my head right now. Fortunately, I consider myself fortunate. The people who've said not interested have either blatantly hung up, or they've been polite enough to say that they're not interested, and then they hung up. So no
Yeah.
horror story so far. Just another day in an SDR's life, I guess.
Yeah. I've definitely had some people curse at me and, say some not so nice things, but I mean, the key is you can't take that stuff personal, right?
Yep, yep. I don't want to spend an hour without speaking with anybody, so keeping my fingers crossed.
And you have it. You're clicked in, and it's auto dialing for you, right?
Yep, yep.
Hey, Claude, this is gotta hang up, immediate hang up. So we're gonna double tap that one. Give him a call back.
Falcon, senior executive clinical recruiter.
Voicemail. What's your take on voicemails? Do you leave voicemails? No
No.
voicemails?
Uh, in my experience so far, leaving voicemails hasn't worked for me. So I kind of avoid it as far as I can.
Hey, sure. This is Collin with Humantic. This is my first time giving you a call. Do you have a moment so I can tell you exactly why I decided to reach out to you today? Yeah, reason I'm reaching out is I see that you're the VP of sales, and really just calling to introduce my company, Humantic, when I'm not calling you out of the blue like I am today. But have you ever heard of us by chance? Got it. Well, I definitely want to make sure it's relevant. I'm sure that, when your sales team is reaching out to folks, maybe for the first time, like I am today, or maybe hopping on a meeting with them for the first time, they probably have something in place for researching those people. Maybe LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, something like that. Got it. Well, it tells me that you take, researching folks seriously. So this next question, it's not like a gotcha or anything like that, but does your team have anything in place for understanding the personality of those people, how to build a winning connection, sales landmines to avoid, communication styles and preferences, anything like that? Got it. Well, that's exactly what we do at Humantic, and the results that teams are getting is they're seeing anywhere from a 6.2% increase in pipeline conversions and 236% on positive outcomes from prospecting. Would it be a terrible idea to grab 15, 20 minutes on your calendar next week and show you how other teams are using these? Yeah, so I mean, I came across your LinkedIn profile, did a little bit of research, have an idea of what space you're in and who some of your competitors are. Um, and I also, see that you lead the sales team there. Yeah, so we don't we don't do research on the companies, right? What we do is we provide your sales team with personality insights into the people so that yeah, so like are they a results focused person? Are they a long-term focused? Do they value relationships, ROI? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I've got your profile in front of me right now. I could tell you exactly what it says if you're curious, or even send you a link. Sometimes that can be fun. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Um, so I mean, I'm happy to send you an email, send you your profile. You could check it out, and then from there you could see if maybe your team could find some value. Um, sure. Yeah. Would it be a terrible idea to grab 15 minutes next week so we have it on the calendar, and then I'll send you some information in between now and then? Sure. All right. I will go ahead and send you that email and I'll follow up from there. Appreciate your time. All right. Couldn't quite get that one to convert. I was close, but
What
sometimes
was the objection there?
he just wanted an email first. He was like, "Did you use your product before you called me?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." What does it say? So he was more curious in like what information I had about him to see if like
Hmm.
it would be valuable to his team. It's
Hmm.
kind of hard to go into that over a cold call, right? And
Hmm.
so I kind of pushed a couple times for the meetings, but sometimes you got to know when to back off, right? Like some people,
Hmm.
you just need to send them, like, people who make cold calls typically hate sending emails and having to follow up, right? Because they just want that like instant gratification. Um, which I get it. I totally understand that. But some personality types, some people, they're just never going to book a meeting on the first call. They're slower paced people. They're people that want to like see what it's all about before they let you put time on their calendar, especially if you're calling into executives. So you got to be able to read the person and say, hey, can I push and challenge a little bit more to maybe get a meeting? Maybe in some cases, with some people, yes. With others, you're gonna ruin any rapport that you've built if you end up pushing a little bit too hard.
Hmm. I'm just trying my luck to get a pickup.
It sounds to me like you might have a data problem, my friend.
We're using Zoom.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
What are you using?
I have custom built lists. I mean, I definitely use Zoom Info, to fill some gaps here too. Uh, but most people I find, and even ourselves, are using either like building lists custom with their own researcher in house or outsourcing that way, or in a lot of cases they might have like Zoom Info and another product to really get good coverage, especially like on mobiles and direct dials.
This is exactly the challenge that we spoke about. I think the day before, with Shiva
Yeah,
on the call.
yeah.
This is the exact challenge where we've used multiple sources, but the problem of connectivity still remains.
Mm.
However, I'm still gonna push my luck and keep my fingers crossed. Let's see if
Yeah, just
something
keep
pans
cranking.
out. Yeah.
Keep cranking. All right. Let me
We had more viewers in the cold call battle, don't you think?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We've got like there's like fluctuates between 10, 15 people here joining us live, so kind of quiet in the audience, but drop us some comments in here. We're making live cold calls for at least another 30 minutes or so, so a little bit of engagement would be appreciated. All right, got my notes logged and getting clicked back in here.
Hey, am I speaking with Maggie? Good morning, Maggie. How are you doing? I'm good, thank you for asking. Maggie, sorry to call you out of the blue. My name is Soumava. May I take 30 seconds to tell you why I was calling? I'll be very brief, I promise you that. Hmm. I'm calling to introduce you to my firm. Oh, okay, that was a hang up.
I like the opener, the how are you doing opener. Is that your go-to?
Yeah, I've noticed people usually respond to that. It's a very generic question.
Hey, Mike,
Irrespective.
this is Colin with Humantic. This is actually my first time giving you a call, but you have half a minute, and I can tell you exactly why I decided to pick up the phone and call you today. No problem. I can try you back at a better time. No problem. So he said, no, not really. So most people want to take the bait there and be like, well, hey, got somebody on the phone. Might as well just pitch them. Um, but I prefer not to. If somebody says it's a bad time or like, oh, yeah, go ahead. I have like, a minute or, 10 seconds, go. I just bow out and say I'll call them back because
Yeah,
you're
that's
just
the
going to,
safer bet.
yeah, because it doesn't really matter what you say, even if it's relevant, even if like, it's just, they're going to say not interested
Hmm.
no matter what.
Damn. If I don't know if I'm allowed to ask that, but
Yeah.
on an average, how many numbers does your team dial in a day?
Ooh, I don't, I mean, depends. But with Monster Connect, you can essentially in an hour's time, you can usually make like 200, 250 dials, have like 20, 25 conversations, assuming you have good data.
Yeah, that's that seems to be the core of the problem here. Let's let's see. Hey, Tammy Lucas. Good afternoon, Miss Lucas. How you doing? I'm good, thank you for asking. Tammy, my name is Soumava. I'm with Enterprise Solutions. This is a cold call. Do you have 30 seconds? Sure, I'll make it very relevant. Thank you for that,
Hey,
Miss Lucas.
hey, Christian,
If
this
I'm
is
not
Colin with
mistaken, you're a part of
Humantic.
the
It's actually my
recruiting
first
lead
time giving you a call.
with
Do you have
Flagshire, is
half a
that
minute and
correct?
I can tell you exactly why I decided to reach out to you today?
Hello? Miss Lucas, I think
Yeah,
there's
this
a
is a
network
cold
issue. Give
call.
me
So
1 minute.
first
Let me
time
just
giving you a
call you
call.
back.
Happy to call you back if it's not a good time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, sure. No problem. All right, take care.
But I was not able to mute you, so I've asked her to, like,
oh,
I've
la-
asked her that I'll call her back. How do I mute you if we're both in the conversation?
oh yeah, I muted myself, but so you just you just right click on the tab and then click mute site briefly because sometimes we get on a conversation at the same time and then
Yeah,
that way
give
just
me 1 minute. Don't dial, okay? Because I've told her that I'm gonna call her back. Give me one.
okay,
Yeah.
go for it. Get it.
Damn.
Double
She
tap.
don't. She didn't answer the second time. Okay.
You dialing again?
Yeah, I dialed her again. She didn't answer. Uh, I dialed another number and it's back to no answers. So I'm gonna try and connect with her on LinkedIn. Are you dialing?
Yeah, yeah. I just clicked back in. So far, both of us on Monster Connect. Let's see here. 131 dials, so 16.4 to 1 dial to connect ratio, 8 conversations, and I've gotten 2 referrals.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Michelle, this is Collin with Humantic. This is actually my first time giving you a call, but do you have half a minute? No problem. I'll try. No problem. I'll try you back a better time. She was in the car. Not a good time. How many connects have you gotten so far?
Zero.
Well, you got 2 conversations, right? One
Oh, I
you got to
had
hang up.
one. One was a hang up, and the other was like I asked her. I told her I'll call her back. I did. She didn't answer.
Oh, she
So
got you, huh?
yeah, and I'm running out of contacts to dial.
All right. Let's see. switch my list here, refresh my list.
Hey, hey, I wanted to get in touch with Harsha Sachdev. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so the person I tried getting in touch with has left work. He's gonna come back tomorrow. Damn.
At least you're trying to get some pickups, huh?
I'm I don't know what to say right now. Sugars.
Hey, Jason, this is Colin with Humantic. This is actually my first time giving you a call. Do you have half a minute and I can tell you exactly why I decided to reach out to you today? Oh, got to hang up. Let's double tap that one.
Hey, am I speaking with Rhonda Van Dyke? Miss Van Dyke, my name is Soumava. How you doing? Uh, well, I'm going to be very brief, Rhonda. This is a cold call. May I take 30 seconds to tell you why I was calling? Thank you. I was going to the services of Signity, and if I'm not, if I'm correct, you're the manager of human resources with the firm. Is that correct? Thank you. I basically reached out because I wanted to, introduce our firm. I am calling with Enterprise Solutions. We've been in the market for about 23 years, dealing with staffing augmentation and managed services. So I basically wanted to, get your feedback on the challenges Signity faces in terms of talent acquisition and see if there's a possibility for collaboration. Do you think you'll have about 15-20 minutes anytime this week? Oh, oh, sure. If you don't mind me asking, Rhonda, would you know whom should I get in touch with from the talent acquisition team? Hmm. Okay. Hmm. 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 H-R-U-S-H. Mhm. K. Okay. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I did not get the last name. H-R-U-S-H-I-K-E-S-H dot. Okay. At signity.com. All right. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time, Rhonda. You have a good day, ma'am. So I had one connect. She was um, not the correct person. So she gave me a referral. I'm gonna connect with her.
Hey, Andrew, this is Colin with Humantic. This is actually first time giving you a call. Do you have half a minute so I can tell you exactly why I decided to reach out to you today? No, I actually didn't. I didn't notice that. So, are you on the hunt for a new gig at the moment? Got it. Well, hey, best of luck to you in your search, and hopefully you land somewhere soon. Take care. Getting a lot more of those these days of people that have been laid off, which always,
Yep.
sucks having those conversations. Makes you grateful just to have a job, right?
Yeah, it makes you feel lucky.
Voicemail.
That's a bummer, right? Like out of 10 calls, 9 of them are voicemails.
So I said, tell me what you're drinking. Uh, Peter, this is Colin with Humantic. This is my first time giving you a call here, but do you have half a minute and I can tell you exactly why I decided to reach out to you today? Yeah, I just had you on my list here, but did I catch you at a good time? Do you have a minute to have a business conversation, or is now's not a good time? Yeah, so I'm really just calling to introduce my company to you when I'm not calling you out of the blue like right now. But have you ever heard of Humantic before by chance? Got it. All right. Well, I definitely want to make sure it's relevant and don't want to take up too much of your time. But I see that you're the vice president of sales there, and I'm just curious when your team is reaching out to folks for the first time, maybe like I am today, or hopping on a meeting for the first time. Do they have anything in place for researching those folks? Like maybe I don't know, Zoom Info, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, or something like that. Got it. Okay. Now, next question, not a gotcha or trick question or anything like that, but do they have anything in place for researching the personality of those people? How to build a winning connection, sales landmines to avoid, communication styles and preferences, anything like that? Yeah. Why is that? Yeah. Got it. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. I mean, sounds like a bit of a tricky ICP. So I'm not entirely sure if it even would be a good fit. But from teams, that are using what we have, are they're seeing, two things really: increase in pipeline conversion by like 6.2%, and then increase in positive outcomes on prospecting by up to 233%. So would it be a terrible idea to spend 15 minutes together and see if it would work with your the people that you're reaching out to? Got it. Well, hey, Peter, appreciate your time. He's playing hardball. Um, has a tough.
Oh, Colin, if you've said anything in
Yeah.
the meanwhile, I couldn't hear you. I muted the tab.
Oh,
So sorry.
all right. So we're gonna call for Got like 7 more minutes here. Let's try to make a meeting happen before we wrap things up.
Well, I'd say let's try and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Because meeting is something.
Hey Ryan, this is Collin with Humantic. This is actually my first time giving you a call, but do you have half a minute and I can tell you why I decided to reach out to you today? Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, reason I reached out is really just to introduce my company to you when I'm not calling you out of the blue. Have you ever heard of Humantic before by chance? Got it. Well, I see that you lead the sales team there, and I'm sure that your team has something in place for researching folks before they reach out for the first time or maybe hop on a meeting. Typically like a Zoom info, sales navigator, something like that. Is that the process that your team's using? Got it. Now, next question really is just not a gotcha, a trick question, anything like that, but do they have anything in place to research the personality of the people, how to build a winning connection, communication styles, and sales landmines to avoid? Yeah. Well, that's exactly what we do here. So we give your sales team the ability to know the personality of people before they ever meet them, so that they can personalize all the way from prospecting to closing. And some of the results that we've seen is teams are seeing an increase in pipeline conversion by 6.2%, or positive outcomes on prospecting increased by 233%. Would it be a terrible idea to grab 15 minutes next week and show you how teams are getting those types of results? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Sure. I think that's a fair deal. So, yeah. 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 I know that you're, eating lunch, but do you have your calendar in front of you? Okay. How does the 22nd or 23rd look for you? I think you're central time zone, right?
Hey, what happened on
Yeah.
your call?
Yeah. So okay, so let's do 2:30 your time on the 23rd. Does that work? Okay. And then do you want to just confirm your email for me? Make sure I got the right email. Okay, that's what I have. Awesome. I'll send that invite there, and then I'll also send an email and get a thread started. Send you a bit more context, so that could be an impactful meeting. And then happy to you know uh, live up my end of the bargain for you as well. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I'm happy to share some things and help you out. And I think that we could have a good conversation and see how this might be able to fit in with what you guys have going on. All right. No problem. Hey, enjoy your lunch. All right. Take care. All right. Booked a meeting. Oh, we lost Soumava. We lost you,
Colin, I
man.
think you got a meeting.
Yeah. Booked a meeting. He made a deal with me. He was eating his lunch, and he said, "Since your opener was so good, I'll give you a minute." And then we got into a conversation. He said, "Yeah, I don't know if it's for me," and he said, "But it sounds interesting. I'll make you a deal." He
Mhm.
said, "Seems like you're pretty good at this. My team could use a little bit of help. I'll give you 20 minutes if you spend 20 minutes with my team, giving them some tips on cold calling." So
Well,
it's a fair trade. 20 minutes for 20 minutes. I'll
I
take
think
it.
like the cold call battle, you won this game as well. While I'm still struggling to get a connect. Congratulations on the meeting.
Yeah. Kind of an interesting deal, but it's a fair ask, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
hey, you want 20 minutes? Give me 20 minutes of something of value. So that wraps up this session. Thanks to everybody that joined us, even though folks were fairly quiet, not a ton of engagement. That's okay. But appreciate everybody. Make sure you check out the Cold Calling podcast on every podcast platform out there where you can hear how we book these meetings. You can actually hear the other side of these conversations, and then also the best moments from these sessions as well. So we'll be back again next week. And thanks so much for joining us. Any final thoughts, Mama?
No, I think this was an interesting session. I only wish I I could have a conversation, which didn't happen. So, Dheeraj from my team would love to be a part of the podcast next week. Let's see if fate works in his favor.
Awesome. Appreciate it. And thanks to everybody who joined us today. And don't forget to check out the Cold Calling podcast.
Bye, guys.